You're gonna fly me halfway around the world to a legendary martial arts tournament. To fight?
That's the mission.
Tiger Style Media launches a new era of martial arts films, and it's going to be delivering some contemporary and dynamic twists. I'm excited as a martial arts fan, a martial arts film fan. I think this is really cool. We kick it off with The Art of Eight Limbs, which hits select theaters on August 16th. It's a part of a double feature with The Lockdown by Republic Pictures. Ludi, Nicholas, thank you so much for joining me today. The film looks fantastic. Ludi, first question for you. What can you tell me about The Art of Eight Limbs and your character?
All right, Joe. So first of all, The Art of Eight Limbs, the title is what really initially attracted me to the film. It sounds great. The Art of Eight Limbs means it's another name for Muay Thai, the martial art, because you use your fists, you use your legs, you use your knees, you use your elbows. So in the film, my character practices kickboxing, and then he also works for the CIA. And then he's dragged into this international espionage case where he has to go into Myanmar and stop basically a warlord from selling VX gas to all kinds of terrorist organizations around the world where millions of lives could be at stake. So that's his thing.
Incredible. Nicholas, what drew you to the project, and what can you share about your character in the film?
Well, two things drew me to it. I'd worked with Shannon McIntosh, the producer, before, and I had great respect for her. And I knew anything she did was going to be a quality piece of work. And I hadn't done a martial arts movie before. I hadn't shot in Bangkok before. I hadn't been in that world of fighters. And all of that sounded incredibly interesting to me. Also playing the CIA station chief. I've played CIA characters before, but I'd never played one like in that situation where he's deeply embedded and then has this father-son kind of relationship with the young agent who's brought over, again, undercover, his cover being that he's simply a fighter. And of course, he's really there as a CIA operative. And all of that just fit together to me. It just sounded very cool. And so I thought, yeah, I would love to do this. And I'm very happy I did it.
That's incredible. Look, I think something that's really cool about this and Tiger Style Media is that you guys are doing your own stunts. Ludi, I know that you're very familiar with stunt fighting and choreography, but in this film, you are doing all of your own stunts. Can you share how much input you had into your choreography and your fight scenes and getting prepared to actually do all your own stunts in this film?
Yeah, a lot. So first of all, Joe, I was freaked out. I was like, because going into the situation, it all happened very fast. And the thing the scene I was most scared about actually is the scene where I had to swim myself, because I'm not a great swimmer. I can scuba dive like nobody's business because you can breathe underwater when you have a tank on your back. But swimming, I'm too heavy. I don't know. I've tried, but I sink like a rock. So when I found out I had to swim, that really freaked me out. And also the other things, it's just like putting in as much time as I can to get the choreography to a level where it's going to come across on screen and not look foolish. And obviously, when I'm looking at the film, I still wish I had more time. But I was really proud that I got to do everything myself and live to tell the story.
That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Nicholas, first of all, is The Art of Eight Limbs connected in the same world as The Lockdown? Are they in the same shared universe? And also, can you talk about working with Ludi on this project, especially those high tension action scenes?
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if it's connected with The Lockdown or not. I mean, I think it probably got delayed in being filmed because of that, but it would have just given the director and Shannon and Bob Gross, the writer, more time to develop the characters, which they did. And I think particularly, well, in my case, once I said, yes, I'd do it, then I think they slightly then shaped that role, knowing I was the guy that was going to be doing it. Watching Ludi, I'm just going to say this will embarrass him, but I have never seen anybody train harder, work harder. I mean, every single moment of every day, that guy, he was either exercising, he was practicing his fights, he was drinking his protein shakes, he was, he was incredibly disciplined about his diet. Well, but you were all day long. And that was the first time I'd ever been around what I would call like an Olympic level athlete, and the amount of training and the amount of discipline that requires. And I think the only time I've ever seen it close to that, Ludi mentioned this earlier about the comparison to dancers. I did a film once with some ballet dancers in it. And to watch the way those people train and the discipline and the number of hours they put in every day, it was similar to what he does. So that was fascinating for me. And it exposed me to a world I didn't know, but that I have huge respect for. Because way back in the day in Spider-Man, when I did a few little fights, with some Kung Fu guys, but frankly, it was a movie. So like I would do the basic stuff. And then once it got difficult, the stunt guy would come in and do it. But in Ludi's case, there was never a stunt man. He did absolutely every single thing himself. In fact, I think they all did, didn't they? I mean, I think the guy who played the French fighter, he did all of his own fights. Yeah, they were all real
they
fighters.
were all stunt guys. They were amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, they
Ludi,
were fabulous.
I got a couple questions for you because I'm a huge fan of your work. I'm really looking forward to this next Mortal Kombat movie, and I'm a big Liu Kang fan. What can we expect from that character in the sequel?
Oh, thanks, Joe. I hope you guys are ready for the next one. I mean, we've been shooting this movie forever. I'm back in Australia, still shooting MK2. I was here for almost a year last time. It's gonna be pretty immense. Everything's gonna be bigger. The story's gonna be great. Carl Urban as
Cage.
Yeah, Johnny Cage. I hope you guys are ready because he's gonna blow your socks off. But just from the experience that actors like Carl, actors like Nicholas brings on set. I mean, he mentioned that in The Art of Eight Limbs, they really changed the script, started tweaking it after they found out that they've nailed an actor like him to play the role. It's you can tell as soon as he comes on, it fills out the entire movie. If he fills out the role, just like Carl does with Johnny Cage, there's just a level of expertise or some toolbox that the essence that they bring to the role that just adds another dimension to it. So yeah, in both cases, I really look up to actors like this that can really bring a movie to the next level.
It's incredible. Last question I have for you, Ludi, because I met you on Power Rangers in 2017. That was my jam. Big Power Ranger fan. Look, I think that Power Ranger film in 2017 was excellent. Tommy was teased at the end of that movie. Do you know what the direction of the sequel was supposed to be?
Man, I really feel like I know that I was really pitching Tommy. I feel like that movie was kind of, I know people say this a lot. I don't know if I'm just saying it as a cop-out right now, but it was ahead of its time. Like it was before the superhero craze. It was before the darker films that came along. And also when I thought of Tommy, I said, Tommy could be a girl in the next movie. I mean, I think nowadays they would have considered it. But again, I'm lucky enough to have really never had a bad experience on a movie set. And every single movie set, Nicholas and I was discussing before, people come together, gel together like a family, and then the family grows and bring in people like yourself that we meet through the years. It just adds more dimensions to the movie. And the movie, movies don't really ever die because people keep watching them and reliving them. And I think that sequel is maybe in a multi-dimensional thing. It exists out there.
Sure.
But I'm excited to see what they do with it. I feel like there's so much creativity and people really digging into how to make the superhero genre, the action genres, the big tentpole genres interesting, exciting, new, fresh, creative. So I'm really excited to see what they do with it. And just like MK2, it's going to be a totally different ball game.
I can't wait. Just like I can't wait for The Art of Eight Limbs. I love action, those martial arts action films. I'm really excited for this film. Thank you guys so much for your time. It's a pleasure.
I appreciate you, Joe.
And we need guys like you to spread the word. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
That's what I'm here for, guys. That's what I'm here for. Thank you so much for your time.
I would hate to get on your bad side.